Am I the a-hole for refusing to babysit my sister's newborn overnight so she could reconnect with her husband? I 30F am a single mom to my son, who just turned 4. His father left when I was 6 months pregnant, and I've been raising him alone ever since. No child support, no co-parent, no romantic partner, nothing. I work full-time, I budget down to the dollar, and I survive on caffeine and stubbornness. I love my son more than anything, but being a single mom means every hour of sleep, every ounce of energy, every part of me is rationed. My younger sister, Claire 27F, just had her first baby 3 months ago. Unlike me, she has a husband who is present, a mother-in-law who lives 10 minutes away, endless support, and a lifestyle that looks nothing like mine did when I was postpartum. I assumed, naively, that she would appreciate that privilege. She absolutely does not. From week 2, she started asking me to help by watching the baby while she napped. Then while she showered. Then while she went grocery shopping without crying happening in every aisle. These were small favors, and I understood. Babies are hard, postpartum hormones are brutal, and I wanted to support her. But very quickly, help turned into can you watch her for 4 hours? Then can I leave her with you while we go on a date night? And then can you take her overnight so we can sleep? The first time she asked for an overnight babysit, I said no. I have a toddler who still occasionally wakes up at night. I work at 7 a.m. I cannot pull all-nighters with a newborn that isn't mine. Claire cried. She said she was touched out, that she hadn't slept more than 2 hours in a row since the birth, that her husband needed his wife back, and that she just wanted to feel human again. I felt guilty and said yes. That night was hell. The baby screamed for hours. My son woke up because of it. I got maybe 40 minutes of sleep total. When Claire arrived the next morning refreshed and glowing, holding a Starbucks cup, she said, "Wow, you look awful. You really need to take better care of yourself." I bit my tongue so hard I tasted blood. 2 weeks later, she asked again. I said no. She pushed. She said, "You're a mom, you know how hard this is." Yes, I do, which is why I know what she's asking is insane. She said, "Mom would have helped." I reminded her our mother passed away 6 years ago. She said, "Well then you have to help. You're the only one who gets it." I said no again. She sulked for days. Then came the incident that sparked all of this. Last weekend, she texted me, "Can you take the baby tonight? Me and Liam need to reconnect." That was the entire message. No explanation of an emergency. No mention of struggling. Just, "We want a romantic night, here's your assignment." I told her I couldn't. I had a long shift the next morning, my son had a fever, and I hadn't slept well in days. She responded with, "It's one night. You always make excuses." I ignored it. 5 minutes later she showed up at my door, unannounced, with her baby in a carrier, diaper bag packed, and lipstick on like she was going to a gala. She tried to hand her baby to me and walk inside. I blocked the doorway. I told her again, "I cannot do this tonight. I need sleep. My son needs me. I need my sanity." Claire looked at me like I'd slapped her. She said, "Wow. I would have done this for you." I told her no she wouldn't because she never has. When my son was born, she was in college partying every weekend. She never watched him. Not once. She started crying loudly, dramatic, shaking breaths, which made my son upset and confused. She hissed, "You're being selfish. You're a mom, you should want to help." I lost it. I told her being a mom doesn't mean sacrificing myself on command. That I am already stretched thin. That her husband, her mother-in-law, her friends, her entire support system exist, so why am I always the first person she demands help from? She said, "Because you won't judge me." I told her I'm about to start. That did not go over well. She stormed off, baby still in the carrier, muttering that I don't understand real marriage responsibilities. Later that night, she sent a long paragraph about how I've changed, how I've become cold and unhelpful, and how she expected better from someone who knows the struggle. Her husband texted me too, saying he was disappointed and that Claire needed me. Meanwhile, I was rocking my feverish toddler back to sleep while reheating cold soup for the 3rd time. I told them both to stop expecting me to parent their child. My sister replied, "So I guess I'll remember this next time you need something." I laughed out loud. What exactly does she think I've ever gotten from her? This morning, my aunt called to tell me that Claire is telling the whole family I abandoned her in her time of need and that I'm obsessed with my son and don't make time for others. Now relatives are messaging me saying just help your sister, she's fragile right now. But not one of them has volunteered to babysit. So here I am. Exhausted. Frustrated. Feeling guilty but also furious that the one night I drew a boundary suddenly makes me the villain. Am I the a-hole for refusing to babysit her newborn overnight so she could reconnect with her husband? Or is my sister just used to mistaking my exhaustion for willingness?